METS City Field in Queens. Interleague baseball on MLB The Show. It's the Minnesota Twins going up against the New York Mets. And we'll be back with the first pitch right after this. About to get started here. And towing the slab in this one, Clay Holmes. What's the scouting report on him?
It really relies on working down in the zone with that heavy sinker he's got. You know, it's not as popular to throw that pitch today as it used to be because, you know, guys are looking to hit balls down in the zone, get them up in the air. It's very important for him when facing same-side hitters to be able to get it in, especially early in the count. And to opposite guys, be able to throw it at that front hip and run it over the inside corner.
On the ground, right side. Fires over to first. One out in the top of the first. All right, let's take a look at the lineup. The challenge for him today, Singy, elevating the baseball against this sinker baller that's on the mound.
Yeah, that's the challenge, but it also might affect the way they approach base running in this one, Boog. You get a runner on first, you anticipate trajectory down, and when the ball's in the dirt with a good secondary lead, you break for second. So whether it's a stolen base or not, you stay out of the double play, get that runner in a scoring position, and that can help you put more runs on the board.
BID, ball in dirt.
No ball, one strike.
That one to first. Can't field it cleanly. Gets to first ahead of the runner, and they get it out of the play. Half inning complete. We've got no score. And we're back. And on the mound in this one, Bailey Over. What do we need to know here?
It's always interesting to see how he utilizes all of his pitches and how many of those he has a good feel for on that given day. When he's right, he's really able to keep hitters guessing, and all of his stuff seems to be coming out of the same arm slot, the same tunnel, and that can make life very difficult on his opponents.
Gets it to first. Barely got him for the out. Close play. Singy, it was close. Looks like they want a second to review it and possibly challenge the call if they think he beat the throw.
Yeah, they might challenge it just to kind of roll the dice, you know, Boog, and perhaps maybe they see something different as they get a look at some different angles.
Here's a final look at it. They called him out, and I'm thinking it's going to stay that way.
I think you're right, and it was worthy of another look, no doubt, but after seeing these replays, I just think they're going to...
Here's Juan Soto. That's in there. That's strike one. One out, bases empty. And a foul ball. Left-hand batter waits. Pitch misses. And a count 1-2.
This guy at the dish excels in two-strike counts. Got to be careful with him out there on the mound.
The string with the changeup struck him out.
Definitely made him chase a little bit out of the zone right there. I don't think that's a strike if he takes it. Pretty textbook pitching. Get ahead in the count, get the guy in the box on his heels, and then force him to chase your pitch where he doesn't have much of a chance to do any damage.
And he deals. Ground ball left side. Lewis throws to first. And it's a 1-2-3 inning. End of one. All set for the start of the inning. And now the switch hitting catcher, Victor Caratini.
Most hitters are looking for a first pitch fastball. You're not really timed up for a changeup. So if it's well located by the pitcher, he can get strike one.
And quickly one away in the second. And first offering is fouled off. Ball one there. No score here in the second. Right through there for a strike. Next offering misses down and away.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Lifted in the air down the left side. Moving under it. Makes the grab. 2 down.
Batting fifth, the second baseman.
2 outs, base is empty. Jose Miranda, the next twin up to hit. That one misses, and that's ball 1. Now a screamer into the outfield. Corrals it, and that'll do it. Nothing doing here for the Twins. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. Bottom half of inning number 2. Now up to hit Francisco Lindor. The wind of the pitch. That misses the zone. 1-0.
Oh, here's a game Lindor will never forget. One night in July of 2023, he went 5 for 5 with a home run, 2 triples, and he scored 3 runs. That stat line is so rare. Only one other player has done it. Guess who? Pretty much a model swing on that one as he ripped it into the opposite field gap. And I'm sure he's going to be watching that one back on video because that's the kind of swing you want to bottle. So many positives that led to that knock. Runner in scoring position now and a good opportunity to push across the first run of the ballgame.
The pitch. That one fouled off. Runner in scoring position, nobody out. Bottom half of inning number 2. Swing and a base hit. Lindor zipping around third. The throw in, it's off the mark, and he scores. And he's there with a double.
That's 2 consecutive extra base hits for this team. Just a solid swing right there. Caught it out front and ripped it into the outfield for the base hit. Those always feel great.
And now it's Mark Vientos. That misses. And that is ball 1. There's a swing and a miss.
1 ball, 1 strike.
No outs. Runner on second. Next offering is in for a strike. Misses just off the outside edge. I think that was a strike.
Caught a break right there. Pretty good pitch on the outside corner.
Kicks and deals. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
Man, I really like the ability to bounce back right there after not getting a call. He probably should have gotten. He didn't let it affect his focus, and he came back with another good pitch to get him swinging.
Here's Marcus Semien. And he swings and misses at the initial offering. Alvarez, the runner at second with 1 away. That's in there. And the count is 0-2.
Love how vocal the umpire is today. No doubt. In the hitter's mind, the catcher's mind, and even the pitcher's mind as to the conviction in the call.
Got him. And 2 away now.
Just locked him up right there for the second out, and that's an at-bat he's probably going to be thinking about for a little while. Didn't pull the trigger. Not how you want to go down in an RBI spot, so now you got to hope your teammate behind you can pick you up.
And here is number 3. Man on second, 2 down. Swing and a miss. And it's 0-2. Chases the changeup in the dirt. Caratini down to first. In time, the 2-3 strikeout ends the inning. 1 for the Mets here on the RBI double. It's now 1-0. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. And welcome back to the ballpark. On to the 3rd inning. And now for the Twins, Matt Wallner.
Definitely a swing and miss slider down and in. He finished that really well. Just couldn't get him to offer at it.
That's a hit. So a man on base to start the inning.
Love how he let that ball travel, trusted his hands. Nice job of going the other way.
1-0.
Right-hander kicks, deals. Edge of the zone for a strike. And now it's even 1-1. Swing and a miss. And he got him to chase. Ground ball up the middle. There's one. Relay to first, double play. Here's Orlando Arcia. The shortstop takes the ball. Arcia, an all-star a season ago, 29 years old, and he was born in Venezuela. The Twins down by a run. We're here in the top half of inning number 3. Zips it across, and that is that. Here at Citi Field, ready to go for the last half of the inning. Now it's the right fielder, Tyrone Taylor. Over, back to work. And there's a foul ball. And a pitch. Fought off foul. The wind of the pitch. He goes down looking.
Well, he went up there trying to be aggressive, that's for sure, hacking at those first 2 pitches, but clearly that last one fooled him. He could have been sitting on something else entirely, but you want to be able to adjust on 0-2 and at least get a swing off when it's in the zone. Maybe choke up, maybe spread out your stance a little bit. You got to give the guy credit on the mound, though. He went right after it.
One down, base is empty. Swing and a miss as he gets him to chase upstairs.
I think he was a little excited there, saw the fastball, but needed a step ladder to get to that one. He's going to have to tighten it back up if he wants to have a good at bat.
Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Well, right now he's in cruise control, autopilot, just dominating these hitters. I mean, it doesn't look like it's a fun at bat. And all of a sudden, you become in awe of this guy on the mound. Somebody's got to break this thing up. That's 5 straight strikeouts. Got to put a ball in play.
And it's 1-1.
1-1.
2 outs, base is empty. And another ball.
2-1.
The wind of the pitch. And he hits a ground ball right side, and it finds its way through for a hit. So Luis Robert now gets a chance with 2 gone.
Well, they call that an advantage count for a reason. You're so much more likely to get something you can handle. He kind of rolled over on this pitch a little bit, but he got enough behind it to shoot it through for a knock, and you'll take that anytime you can get him to find a hole.
Robert in the box with 2 gone, and takes a look at a called strike. Next offering is in for a strike.
Perhaps not quite ready to hit. First 2 pitches by him for a couple of strikes. Now back is against the wall. He's going to have to figure something out and figure it out quickly.
SOTO, the runner at first with 2 gone. And they'll do it again. Righty to the plate.
That's the ball.
Fouls it off. Still 1-2. Got him looking. Picks up strikeout number 7. Mets leave. Back here in Queens, here's Byron Buxton. Swing and a miss as he was out front that time. That one finds the zone, and that's strike 2. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. Here's Trevor Larnach. 0-1.
Well, here's a good opportunity in this inning to get on the scoreboard after that leadoff hit. And hard order coming up right behind them. This is where they need to get going.
Inside, just missed. The Twins trailing by a run, top half of inning number 4. The pitch. Swing and a ball lifted left field. Makes the grab.
The batter, the designated hitter.
And now the switch hitting first baseman Josh Bell. Buxton on the run. Pitching for a strike. Low throw, and he can't dig it out. Safe at second, and that was not close.
Really nice swipe at second right there. He knew he had to get a really good jump on the pitcher because that catcher can make up some time, man. Such a good catch and throw guy behind the dish. Nice job right there, but he just beat it.
And a pitch. He fouls it off. Will do it again. Man at second. Out to short. Throws to first in time.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air. Lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
Caratini takes low, second trip to the plate in this one. And a pitch. High fly ball out into left center field. Robert makes the grab, and that'll end the inning. Twins wind up stranding 1. They still trail 1-0. And we're back. Francisco Lindor comes up to the plate.
The shortstop, Francisco.
Over, back to work. Into center. And a base hit right there. And now the catcher comes up to him. Francisco Alvarez. Squirts away a little bit, and no movement on the bases. It's ball 1. Swing and a fly ball in the air out towards right center field. A dive, and he can't haul it in. Trying to wiggle out of a rundown now. And they tag him out. Stepping in, the long ball threat, Mark Vientos. That one close, rule the ball. And that's ball 1. That clips the corner. Kicks and fires. And another ball. Runner at second here, 1 gone. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2. Two and 2. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Righty delivers. Not close with that one, and the count's full. Lindor leads off second with 1 gone in the inning. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Now 2 away.
This guy will throw any pitch in any count. 3-2. He goes off speed, gets the out.
Now it's Marcus Semien. Not looking his first time up. And a breaking ball drops in for a strike.
Man, this guy's got a great feel for his breaking ball today.
Bounce to the left side. Lewis throws to first. What a play. Inning over. Mets. And welcome back to the ballpark. We go to the top of the 5th, and now for the Twins, Cody Clemens.
Well, these Twins just aren't putting great swings on the baseball in this one. They're trying to find ways to drive the ball with some authority, but it's just not happening for them so far. 0 extra base hits in the game, so it's been tough for them to get anything going. Sometimes you have to keep chipping away until you break through, but it's a lot easier to put runs on the board when you have guys in scoring position because they put themselves there.
And here it comes. Got him looking, and he did not like the call. Jose Miranda digs in now. Check swing went around. And it's 0-1. In the air, right side. And that's a fair ball. Now he turns and heads for second. Not in time. He's got a double. Matt Wallner, the next twin up to hit. Slider clips the zone.
No ball. One strike.
That's hard hit on the line. He's got it. Tags up from second, and he'll head to third. Robert hustles it back in, and the tying run puts on the brakes at third base. Here's Royce Lewis. First pitch just misses. Right through there for a strike. Next offering is in for a strike. Just misses the mark outside the zone.
I don't know how you take that one after the called strike on the corner, just a little bit off the edge.
Back to work, 3-2 now. That ball is foul, and the pressure is building. 2 outs. And he walked him.
Well, a great back and forth and that at bat. He had to play off some really close pitches, and somehow Boogie found a way to keep the bat on his shoulder right there. I'll tell you right now, I couldn't have done it.
Arcia in the box lays off for ball 1. And he grounds one to the right side. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. So they've been held scoreless through 5. It's the Mets 1. Back here at Citi Field. Now the left fielder, number 3.
No left fielder, number 3.
And the right-hander back to work. And a big swing and a miss.
Pretty impressive. We haven't seen that pitch from him much, but he's got a really good feel when he throws it.
That misses the zone. And 1-1. Up the middle, Arcia. Now the throw to first on the run. And the leadoff man set down in their half of the 5th. And next for the Mets, Tyrone Taylor.
Went down looking on 3 pitches last time. Let's see if he can be a little more aggressive right here.
Just missed.
Love it here at Citi Field. You know, it replaced Old Shea Stadium back in 2009, and Chipper Jones was really sad to see it go. It's actually the 3rd home of the Mets since they started out at the Polo Grounds for 2 seasons before Shea was finished.
The 2-1. Swing and a miss.
Threw that fastball right by him, slightly elevated. That's a confidence boost for this guy out there on the mound. See if he continues to climb the ladder.
Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
Got him out in front, which isn't easy to do against a hitter like this, known for using the entire field. Just couldn't sit back long enough on that one.
He swings and fouls one off. 2 down, nobody on. Last half of inning number 5. The 0-2.
0-1.
Wouldn't chase that time. Swings and misses, struck him out. Mets go down. The pitcher on here, Brooks Raley.
And this is an important part of this game. Tight score and still a lot of outs to get. So they're looking for a big outing out of him right here to get some critical outs.
Swing and a high fly ball deep left field on its way. And that ball is gone. He powers that one out of here. And we're starting over. It's 1-1.
Big-time players don't shy away from these spots. He knew he could change the game, and that's exactly what he just did. Well, I'm sure there's a big grin on his face right now, Boog. He's probably had some of those that didn't stay fair, but off the bat, it looked like he was going to bend foul. Was able to keep it in there, tucked it nicely, and he gets the jog around the bases. Good for him.
Now, Trevor Larnach. Just missed.
Always exciting to see a leadoff home run in an inning. Kind of gets the offense fired up, and you start to expect a big inning.
Nobody on, nobody out with a run in, and we're in the top half of the sixth. Way out front for strike two. Swing, and this one's bounced to the ground. Simeon to first. Now one gone in the top of the sixth. Josh Bell at the plate now. First pitch doesn't find the zone. Bell, a former All-Star, 31 years old, and he was a second-round pick back in 2011. Next offering is in for a strike. That one missing inside. One down, base is empty. This one smoked out to left. Hauls it in for the out.
Not fooled at all right there. He was clearly all over it, but sometimes you hit it too hard and right at someone. You're looking for one of those bloop hits to get a knock sometimes.
Caratini stands in with two away as he takes a ball. Strike one.
1-1.
Swing and a miss. Nice changeup. 1-2. Right back to him on the mound. Tosses to first. That's out number 3. Just one hit in the inning, but it was a big one right here as it ties the ball game. All even now at 1-1. You're watching Major League Baseball exclusively on the show. Juan Soto up now for the Mets. And a pitch. Foul ball there.
Well, these Mets looking to string together better at bats when they have runners on, but it just hasn't happened for them yet. They only have one hit with runners in scoring position, so.
Soto swinging a drive. Deep right field. Pulls it in on the warning track.
It was all over that fastball right there. I tell you what, if he gets under it just by a fraction of an inch or a little bit more, that's way better.
Luis Robert now. Got it started a little too early. Strike one.
One strike.
Up and in. 1-1.
He's got a rare skill set out there on the mound. Even when he's low on energy, his stuff still has bite to it. You just don't see it flattening out just because he's tired. He's still delivering good action.
The pitch. And another ball.
2-2.
Base is empty, one away here in the bottom of the sixth. That's outside. And that's ball 3. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. And the right-hander deals. Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt. And there's 2 gone following the strikeout. Here's Francisco Lindor. You talk about elite defensive players, especially in the middle of the diamond, and this guy is at the top of the list. And a foul ball.
Yeah, we go beyond just fielding percentage and what it looks like, but the ability to have a range and close holes that are normally there against an average.
Well, he settles under it in left. Top of inning number 7, and now Cody Clemens. Swing at a high fly ball left field, and there's one away.
The batter, the second baseman, Jose.
Here's the second
Miranda.
baseman, Jose Miranda.
Oh.
Ball one low.
1-0.
Lifted in the air, right center field. Robert on the move. And there's 2 down. And now the right fielder, Matt Wallner. And that gets the top of the zone for a strike. Strike 2.
This guy's pounding the zone. Hitters don't have time to think in between pitches.
And a swing and a miss. And that's that. Twins are set down 1-2-3. Still tied 1-1. Johnny Brevian on a pitch out of the pen here. Here's the catcher, Francisco Alvarez. The pitch. A bit behind with that swing. It's strike 1. Minnesota's bullpen with some action. Anthony Banda warming up for manager Rocco Baldelli. Swings through that one.
They can live up in the zone all game if hitters will chase it. That's just too much velocity. Hitters got to look down in the zone.
The line to kick the pitch. Battling here as he fouls it away. Swing and a miss, struck him out.
Came inside with that 2-strike fastball nicely and just bunched him up on the inside part of the plate. Couldn't get around on it and catch it out front. Many times if you do, it's a foul ball. And a lot of pitchers, they really don't like working inside with 2 strikes because they do not want to hit that batter. And when they've got him up against the ropes, got to figure out a way to put him away. Did a nice job right there.
And the 1-0. That one missed.
Struggled a little bit in this one. Couple of strikeouts earlier, but doing a much better job in this at bat to get ahead and find a good hitter's count at 2-0.
Swing and a miss as he was out front.
That front door slider is such a devastating pitch. You don't want to get beat by the inside fastball, so you cheat a little bit, and then by the time it gets there, it's out of the swing plane.
And a swing and a miss. 2 down.
Very strong coming out of the pen so far as he punches out the first 2 batters he's faced in this one. Keeping straight to work. Man, it's talked about a lot, but relievers are just so electric these days. These aren't fun at bats if you're a hitter. But I'm so glad I'm retired.
Simeon at the plate with 2 away. Swings through that one.
1 strike.
Two outs. Swing and a miss, and that is that. And the Mets go down. Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Craig Kimbrell. Here's the third baseman, Royce Lewis. And that's in there at the knees. Popped up. He's under it. Puts it away for the out.
Well, such a confidence boost for a reliever to come into the ball game and get the first hitter he faces. Just makes everything slow down a little bit, and then from there can really settle in.
Here's the strike, 95 of that one. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
Dominating strikeout there on just 3 pitches, and that's what a good power pitcher can do to you. He's hitting his spots, filling up the strike zone. Sometimes he bats over before it really begins.
So the batting order turns over. Now a chance for Byron Buxton.
No ball. 1 strike.
Trying to keep good speed off the bases.
No ball. 2 strike.
Just off the outside corner. And it's 1-2. All tied up, and we're in the top of the 8th. Fouls that off to the left, and we'll do it again. Waves at the defender for the strikeout. Twins retired in short order. Score remains deadlocked at 1. Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th, number 39. Here's the left fielder. The pitch. Swing and a tapper that rolls foul. That missed inside, and the count is 1-1. Fouled off. He was late. Left-hand hitter waits. Fights that one away. Still 1-2. And that's down and away.
You know, we used to say, if you're scared, get a dog. Go the fastball, man.
If you're scared,
get a dog, man. Just get a dog.
Wouldn't chase that time. Tyrone Taylor up next for the Mets. Three-two now. On the ground, right side. And that's just foul. And the righty deals. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. At the belt and fires. Struck him out looking.
Well, big strikeout right there, and maybe a little controversial with the call. I think he got a little bit of favor on the mound. No question about it. It's not exactly what you want to see in a big spot like that, and I'm sure there's some chirping going on from the dugout, making it clear that wasn't his best call behind the plate today.
And fouled off. Off the mark there. 1 ball, 1 strike. Some movement in the Twins bullpen. Anthony Banda warming up for manager Rocco Baldelli. Dodson also getting ready. And now it's 1-2. And another ball.
Still just the second batter of the inning, and on the mound he's already thrown 13 pitches. Look at him working hard out there.
Here comes a pitch. Got him! 2 gone.
Well, he's going to have some thinking to do when he leaves the ballpark after this one. That was his 3rd strikeout, and this one looking, obviously, so he's been a little overmatched. He's got to find a way just to be more competitive up there at the plate.
Bichette stands in here, takes ball 1 low. And a swing and a miss.
It might be time to choke up a little bit, get that front foot down early, maybe even just spread out. He's really late right now.
Not even close there. And it's 2-1. And a good eye there.
3-1.
Juan Soto, the kind of bat that can make a big impact if they can keep it going here. 2 down, nobody on. That one at the knees for a strike.
Careful.
Here's a swing and a drive left field, and he knew it. A gigantic blast. And they jump out front. It's 2-1.
A hanger, and pitchers typically don't get away with making a mistake like that, and right there he made him pay.
What y'all know about living in silence? We protest might turn to violence. So much hate, no true alliance.
2 outs, nobody on. Juan Soto now 1 for 3. And first offering is fouled off. Two outs. That's whipped. Base hit.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. That was one of those swings that feels like you're swinging an aluminum bat. It jumped off so hard, squared it up, and it went screaming at 108 miles per hour. And
now it's Luis Robert. Line drive, base hit into right field. Soto round second, heads for third. And that's a 2-out double.
No waiting around right there. He was ready to swing it on the first pitch. Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good.
So it's second and third occupied. They go for the intentional walk. Base is now loaded, and there's a force at every base. Now here is Francisco Alvarez. Misses off the inside.
1-0.
Ball 1.
Well, this is a critical spot for both the pitcher and the hitter. You can learn a lot about a guy by how he handles these pressure situations.
And he can't come up with it. But in time, nice job to stay with it to end the inning. The Mets do pick up a run on this solo blast. Last chance coming up for the Twins. All set to start the ninth in this one. Now the number 2 hitter, Trevor Larnach. And that one fouled off. Looking to get the tying run on base. Swung on, belted. Robert on the move, heading back. And caught on the warning track. Not quite enough behind that one. Here's Josh Bell. Pitch in the dirt, and it's 1-0. A 1-run lead here at the top of the ninth. Swings and pulls a foul to the right side. Swings through that.
1-2.
Gets a piece and stays alive.
Really great change of speeds. He goes off the off speed to the fastball, and the hitter doesn't know what's coming next.
1 down, base is empty. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. Looks like we've got a substitution at first. Entering is the pinch runner, James Outman. Throw, save. Crowd locked in right now. 1-run game here in the ninth. Just missed.
That's inside.
And that one is lifted in the air. That's out number 2. So they're down to their final out. Cody Clemens will hit next. That's in for a strike.
Well, they gave up on that pitch early, and it ended up staying in the zone. I'm sure he's kicking himself and would like that pitch again.
This could end it. Line drive, base hit. The throw home. It's offline, and he scores. Go-ahead run on base. Jose Miranda, the next twin up to hit. Back and forth we go, a seesaw battle in the late stages of this one. Chases the high curve, struck him out.
Well, this guy competes hard. We see the emotion there. I love it. Great job of getting out of the jam.
Back now as they hand the ball to a fresh arm to start the bottom of the ninth. Tanner Dodson. And stepping in for New York, Mark Vientos. 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. And a pitch. Swing and a ground ball out to short. Zips it to first. And the leadoff man retired here in the ninth. So digging in, Marcus Semien.
That's a huge defensive play in the late stages of the game. It might not be the most challenging we've seen today, but it needed to be made. That's helping your team.
Comes up empty. Minnesota's bullpen with some action. Anthony Banda warming up for manager Rocco Baldelli. Next pitch is outside. Base is empty, 1 away. We're in the last half of the ninth inning. That misses. And it's 2-2. Kicks and deals. Swing and a miss, and he is down on strikes for the 3rd straight at bat. Now the left fielder. And a foul ball. Dodson, 26 years old, and they traded for him earlier this year. 2 down, nobody on. And a foul ball. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss for the strikeout. That's the 3rd out, and we'll play extra doing for the Mets. Score remains deadlocked at 2-2. And we're back. Now it's the right fielder, Matt Wallner. That one's in there. That's strike 1. And a foul ball left side. And it's second. Bounce to the right side. Semien tosses to first, and they get the leadoff man in the 10th.
Not a bad outcome in that spot. The runner moves up to 3rd, and now they have a chance to drive in the go-ahead run. It's not a hit, but at the end of the day, it's a good at-bat, especially when you're playing extra innings.
Next offering is in for a strike.
In the infield at the corners, don't be surprised to see them come home first and prevent that run from scoring.
1 away with a runner at 3rd here in extra innings. And a ball evens the count.
Man, oh man, I don't know how you take that pitch. That's as close as it gets.
Swung on, popped up on the infield. He's under it. He's got it, and there's 2 away.
That was a good pitch to hit right down the heart of the plate. Had pretty good timing on it. Just got underneath it a little bit and popped it up.
Trying to keep this a 2-2 game here in the top half of the 10th. That one inside. Going to count 1-2.
0-2 fastball way out of the zone. I think he's trying to speed him up. Got to stay back. Off speed's probably coming.
The shortstop takes the ball.
Definitely got the hitter conscious of the pitch inside. Really think the outer half is open.
3 balls.
And that's outside.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
2 outs. Got him swinging.
He's in a tough spot, had to make a great pitch, did it, got the strikeout, gets out of the jam. Clearly, he's happy with those results.
Back here in Queens, on to the bottom of the 10th. And stepping in for New York, Tyrone Taylor. The pitch. And that's in for a strike. And he bunts, but that's a foul ball.
He's falling behind in a huge spot, Boog. Got to do what it takes to come through. Maybe choke up on the bat a little bit, spread out those feet, whatever it takes.
1 ball.
Slider misses outside. Up and in, now 2-2. Got him swinging. And here in the 10th, the leadoff man is out.
Boog gets talked about a lot, but
Now
a good
batting,
high
third
fastball in a
baseman.
2-strike situation, it's just become such a problem for hitters in more recent years. But with all of the emphasis by pitchers on developing that spin rate, having a good grip on the baseball, those high fastballs, they kind of look like to the hitter that they're rising, even though they're not, but they're not decreasing in velocity and spin rate. So very difficult to get the barrel on it.
Slap the other way, foul.
I want to start that load a little bit sooner because of the good velo.
The winning run on second base. Fought off foul. Right-handed reliever. And another ball.
2-2.
That one misses. And the count's full. Right-hander kicks, deals. Blows the high heat past him. That's a strikeout.
Typically that high fastball, if it's close to the top of the strike zone, a hitter, if he's prepared for it, can get to it. But that one just had that little jump at the end.
He gets the intentional walk here, and now a force at any base with 2 gone. First and second, 2 outs. Luis Robert getting ready to hit. And there's a strike.
Well, a come-and-get-me fastball right there. He didn't look ready for the velocity. I think it'd be a mistake to throw him anything off speed right here.
Swing and a miss. And the count is 0-2. Two on, 2 outs. Gets a piece, and it stays 0-2. Oh, right to the backstop. So on the wild pitch, 2 guys advance. Righty to the plate. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. And another ball. The winning run at third. And we're in the last half of the 10th. And a swing and a miss. He didn't make it easy for him on the mound. And welcome back to the ballpark. Now we go to the 11th. Now at the plate, Byron Buxton. Close, but called a ball. And that's ball 2. Man at second. Called out on strikes. He's got to be frustrated with that call. So he gets the call and picks up the strikeout looking.
Sometimes with a good hitter at the plate, he'll be the one to get the benefit of the doubt if he lays off on a close pitch like that, but just not right there. Strike zone definitely expand a little bit with 2 strikes.
And a couple of quick outs. Now it's the Twins DH, James Outman. And fouled off. 2 down. Go ahead run in scoring position. Swings and misses. 0-2 now.
Well, if he's going to do something special right here, it's going to have to happen with 2 strikes.
In the air, left side. Drops into the glove. And that's the 3rd out. No runs on no hits, no errors, and 1 left on. Back here in extras. And now it's Frankie Lindor, the switch hitter batting right. As the lefty gets to work. Swing and a miss as he chases that one darting out of the zone. And ball 1. And now the lefty. That one is upstairs. Two now. Got him. And now 1 away.
Well, I'm not sure what he was waiting on right there. You got the changeup and still late on it. You rarely see that. It almost makes you think that he was trying to set the pitcher up. I mean, if you can't catch up to the off-speed stuff, there's no way you're going to touch a fastball.
Next to hit, Francisco Alvarez. Swinging a drive, deep right field. Back there. Out of here. Ball game. That should get the dugout going. And the Mets walk it off in the 11th.
Extra innings, it seems like every guy is trying to come up with the big swing to hit the homer and end the ball game. Well, he did it. Huge swing of the bat, and we're all headed home.